You know why the money's drying up? Because you keep telling people that he's too old to run. You keep telling people, hey, we don't know if he's going to run. Why would anybody put money into a ticket if you keep telling us that he's not going to run or he's still thinking about it? Just who's going to put their money into something that they can't get a guarantee on? That's dumb. That's why there's no money. People are waiting to see what the decision will be.
Yo, Beth, that shit crazy.
On a Saturday! Welcome to the All Even Podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast, TikTok, All Even Media. You can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you find your podcasts. I'm all over the place. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend that Mr. 10K is an interesting fella. You may want to click some of those videos and see what's going on. I'm in the building. Claw's not here. Yeah, we missed Claw today, but it's fine. We will truck on in his absence. Jimmy, the super intern, is here, though. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
Look good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Got a haircut like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for the mullet. You keep keep denying the mullet here.
Because I was thinking, I was like, I can't, if I bust out the mullet and then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like this. Then I got the whole summer with it.
But it's badass. There's no reason why you wouldn't like the mullet.
What if my head's shaped weird on the side?
You're not going to know until you try it. Yeah.
Well, that's why we can find in the fall, if it goes well in the fall, then I know.
You can put a hat on, right?
Yeah, and I can bust it out next summer then, if I like it.
All right. Listen, I would like for you to just try it once, see how it goes, and we'll probably record that and film it. Cole in the ones and twos, the silent assassin. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't talk to you much this week.
No.
You've been busy. I've been extremely busy. I am not in a good mood. I'm not. Didn't do a pod last week because I was just like, eh. Plus, it was Jasmine's birthday weekend, so happy belated to my lovely fiance. Cooked her some spaghetti and meatballs. It was fire. All right, from scratch. It was fire.
How you make them?
Well, I used the chicken, right? The chicken ground chicken. Then I put some flour in it because you got to make sure you put the flour on it so it stays. If you just grind that up by itself, you put it in the pot, it's just going to be all over the place. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure you put flour in there, put it in there so it can brown, right? So you brown those and then put sauce in, right? Cut up some peppers, some tomatoes, make sure you get that nice chunky pasta, right? Mm-hmm. Then put on your pasta. Make sure that's what do they call it? Al dente. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Throw it on the wall. Bang! Know it's ready, right? Listen, I have made spaghetti meatballs my entire life because as a kid I was just like, listen, if I'm gonna like this dish, I gotta learn how to make it. Mm-hmm. Simple, right? I'll never forget, I went to my boy's house and I took like a big like a Tupperware container of it. So I was staying over his crib for the weekend. We had a basketball tournament and all that stuff. So he was like, yo, bro. He said, yo, mom's made this? I was like, nah, I made it. He was like, nah, you ain't made this, bro. And he was serious. He's like, yo, this shit is good. I was like, yeah, I can fucking cook this shit. I can only cook about 3 or 4 dishes. But hey, as a man, 3-4 dishes, that's not bad. There's a lot of people that can't do that. Yeah. A lot of people that can't do that. You know what I mean? So, she was very happy. So happy belated to her. She's very old. No, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot to get. I'm lying. There isn't a lot to get to today. There isn't. There's not a lot of sports. Sports is dead right now. It's a dead period, right? Nobody cares about baseball. I love the Mets, but let's just wait until August. Let's wait until mid-August. We can start talking about baseball. That's it. They're playing well. All right, fine. We got Bronny, the narrative of Bronny. Oh, we love it. We're gonna deep dive into that, right? Belichick is returning to coaching in 2025. He is adamant. You know, he got his little PYT right now. He dated some young chick. That's a 70-year-old man. He's that's the way he's supposed to do it, right? If you're sick, divorce, whatever it is, do that. Okay? Live life through that. Okay? That's all I'm saying. He wants to come back to coaching, so we'll see what happens there if any team wants to pick him up. Brandon Aiyuk requests a trade out of the 49ers. We'll see what teams are opting for his services, or even if the 49ers are going to trade him. We don't know. I don't even think they're going to. Clippers trade Russell Westbrook to the Jazz for the second time, and they cut him for the second time. It's great. We're going to talk about that. Jellybean Bryant dies, Kobe Bryant's father. So, pretty sad story, because I don't know if they actually had a relationship towards the end, obviously before Kobe passed. So, definitely going to talk about that a little bit. I don't know if I have any irrelevant news of the week. If I find it, I find it. I don't care. This is the type of show it is tonight, Jimmy. I don't care. I'm in a foul mood, right? Nothing that anybody did. I'm just in a foul mood because of everything that I've been exposed to and I've seen over the past 22 days. Very specific. 22 days, right? And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy,
Maybe I should just reveal who the Dummy of the Week is right now. Maybe I should. But no, I'll keep it. So, whatever dropped just now, who cares? It's been 22 days since we've had the presidential debate. Since that time, and I've said this on the show, there's been a groundswell for Joe Biden to step down and, cancel his reelection bid, because they believe that this is such an important election, that this is the most important election of our lifetimes in regards to the existential threat that Donald Trump and the Republican Party and the MAGA Party pose. And here's my problem. They say that polling has advised them that Biden is losing in key battleground states, that the donor money is drying up, that his age is in question, his mental capacity is in question. They respect the man so well, but they don't believe at this rate he can be able to defeat Donald Trump. I saw a man have one of the worst, if not the worst, debates ever, right? And then proceeded to get on the campaign trail for the next 10 to 14 days straight. Have rallies, conversations, meet with world leaders, meet with a whole bunch of important groups, and held his own. But all I kept hearing in the media was that this man was too old. They kept talking about this debate. And I'm like, all right, I can understand the concerns the first week, but you keep pressing on. So here's the problem. We have news media. You have Fox News, Newsmax. You got a whole bunch of right-wing conservative news outlets out there. Their job is to report the misinformation from the other side. Make you believe that they're the ones that are the problem. They don't get it. So you would expect Fox News and all these other conservative right-wing outlets to go after President Biden's age. It's low-hanging fruit. Of course. Look, stuttering over himself. He looks like Bernie Lomax. Look at him. It's useless, right? That makes sense. But to hear that same rhetoric on left-wing media, that was a surprise. I would understand the concern for 4 days, maybe a week cycle. Then you get back on the horse and you get back to campaigning. You get back to telling all the fucking lies that Trump told in that debate about how much of a narcissistic egomaniac convicted felon he is. Talk about how he's attached to Project 2025. Those things are important for people that watch your news station to know. But instead, we have the same media talking about his age. So let's think about this from your standpoint as young people. You guys don't follow fucking politics like I do. You're looking for somebody to point you in the right direction in regards to election time. Go click on Fox News. Oh, Biden is old as fuck. Yeah, he is. You're right. Okay. Yeah. I did watch the debate for a little bit. Yeah, he looked crazy. All right, let me see what MSNBC has. Biden is old as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, he did have a bad debate. Maybe he is unfit to run. I don't know. Just put on CNN. So all three of these major networks are reporting the same thing. So what would somebody that doesn't have the political background that most do in regards to when they follow it, what would they think? Silent assassin. Go.
Yes, this guy's just an old grandpa. Why am I going to vote for
You
him?
got it.
Yeah.
There it is. Not that hard, right? You literally created panic, and he's your guy.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know if you said this on or off pod like a couple weeks ago, but you were kind of upset with the Democratic Party. Like, if this is going to be the case, then why didn't you pick somebody else?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where were these younger candidates then? He's been old for 10 years. He was old as fuck 4 years ago. But he was the only one out of the dead carcasses that you rolled out there, all 20 of them, that couldn't get the vote. He was better than them. And guess what they said about Biden in 2020? He's too old. He can't win until South Carolina. Until the Black Caucus said, nope, Biden's our guy. We pricking him. We know he can beat Trump. Then when he got the nomination, we don't know. We don't know if he's going to do it. He's the incumbent president. MAGA. And what ended up happening? Joe Biden beat Donald Trump. So the same bullshit rhetoric that you were spewing 4 years ago comes back now. So it makes me think differently now. Is it his age that's the problem? Or is there something else that's buzzing here? I'll tell you. We've heard all of these congressmen, these elite Democrats. We've heard from the rumors of the Obama people. The high-end Obama people want him to step down. We got, Hakeem Jeffries want him to step down. We have Nancy Pelosi. All of these elites, right? But every time that they say that he needs to step down, there's never a follow-up in regards to who. Who is going to run in his place? Naturally, you would think it would be the VP, right? No. We haven't heard Kamala Harris's name. Why is that? You don't know? I'll tell you. What it seems to me is that they probably never really wanted Kamala on the ticket in the first place. Because there are some rumors and some rumblings out there that Biden was contacted sometime before he actually got the nomination, that they were actually trying to angle him to get rid of Kamala as his VP. And you know what Biden said? Allegedly, no. Why is that? Why would they not want Kamala to run? I'll tell you why, since you asked the question. They don't want Kamala as president. That's why. What does it say about Joe Biden if he gets reelected, Jimmy? Go.
About him?
Yeah, what would be the thing that happens in your opinion? If he gets reelected, do you think that he serves all 4 years? It's possible, right?
It's possible.
But is it likely?
Give it like a coin flip, maybe.
It's a coin flip. Okay, I'll take that, right? Coin flip. And that's a great answer. We don't know. But what I can tell you is that I have a very, very big inclining that Joe Biden had this planned. He needs to finish what he started. That means a lot. It's very twofold. Finish what you started. Joe Biden has had more women and African Americans in his cabinet than anybody in modern history. His cabinet looks like America. It really does. It's a melting pot of people, right? Just like our country is. Joe Biden's plan has always been, I'm going to pass this to Kamala. Even if I am fit to run, she is the next one up. But I got to make sure that I get reelected to pave the way for her so she can then take the reins. You don't think the Dems know that? So what? Gretchen Whitmer, she can win. We want her. So we're asking people, how you feel about Gretchen Whitmer? How you feel about this person? They got 4 of these dead-ass candidates out there that they're trying to push on people, right? Here's the thing that they're not telling you. Biden and Harris are on the ticket. They have fundraised a lot of money. There are 1,000 people on the ground. There's 100 field offices for the Biden-Harris campaign. If they are no longer on the ticket, you can't put somebody else into that money because that's for the Biden-Harris campaign. So now you have to go ahead and generate more money. From where? You gotta get new donors. You have to now get more. You gotta excite the base. You gotta now introduce people to this new candidate in under 2 months. Good luck.
It's near impossible.
Yeah, good luck. Go ahead. Make it make sense. The last time they did this was 1968. The incumbent president, they forced him to step down. You know what happened? They lost. The other time that they did that prior to this, they lost that too. And when they lost in 1968, do you know what the president that they only had one term in like a 30-year span, almost 30 years, it was Jimmy Carter back in the mid-70s. So we had nothing but Republican presidents except one term for almost 30 years. You know why? Because the voters went away. Didn't trust the Democratic Party after that because you go ahead and reverse the will of the people, but we're seeing the same thing again. You're pushing Biden out when 14 million people told you that they want to see him go for a re-election bid. So what are you telling your party? What are you telling your base? They're telling you that, yeah, the polls are showing it. They're trending in the wrong direction. Okay. You know what I see in regards to the polls? After the debate, I think he might have lost a point. After the assassination attempt, it's a dead heat. It's a virtual tie. Now, if you want to go ahead and go dive deeper into the battleground states, okay, maybe there's some slippage there. And here's the other part that makes me laugh. Oh, the money's drying up. You know why the money's drying up? Because you keep telling people that he's too old to fucking run. You keep telling people, hey, we don't know if he's going to run. Why would anybody put money into a ticket if you keep telling us that he's not going to run or he's still thinking about it? Who's going to put their money into something that they can't get a guarantee on? That's dumb. That's why there's no money. People are waiting to see what the fucking decision will be. Is he gonna stay in the race? Are you gonna switch gears? Who are we giving this money to? Mm-hmm. Until then, I'm holding my money. So you can't use that as a narrative to say, hey, look, there's no money. Hey, no, you keep telling people that he may pull out when he's came out 4 times and said, yeah, I'm staying in. What are we doing? I am not that old, but I have never seen an attack on an incumbent president from his own party ever. There's a poll out there that says 65% of the people, this was an AP poll, 65% of people think that Biden should drop out of the race. And the Democrats, look, you see, 65%, this is what we're seeing, Mr. President, 65% want you to drop out.
That's the country?
Yeah. So I don't know how many thousands of people they did this poll, whatever it was, right? Here's the funny part, though. You know who polled at 57% that they want him to drop out of the race? Donald fucking Trump. Don't hear about it on that side, though, do you? Because they don't care. Because at the end of the day, you may say in July, I want him to drop out of the race. I think it's smart to do so. What are you going to say to yourself as a conservative in November, though? Oh, he's still in the race. Okay. So I'll vote for him. So that poll means nothing. You may want somebody to drop out. That doesn't mean that your vote is going away. It's your opinion. They wanted Biden to drop out of the race in 2020. He's too old. He stayed in. So they said, oh, okay, well, he's the best one to beat the maniac. So, okay, we'll vote for him. Mm-hmm. So you're now using a useless poll to now push this man out of office. Not even out of office, just out of re-election. Make it make sense. I don't get it, but then I do. Because going back to Kamala, it's a twofold problem. 1, she's a woman, and 2, she's black. Call spade spade. We've come so far in this country in regards to race relations, but we're also not that far. There's still a very, very elite class of people that don't want to see certain things happen. So they'll rather forfeit an election just to be able to keep their best interest in their donors happy. Listen to that, young people. They are risking your particular lives. And we're not talking about life or death here, but we're talking about the comfortability of certain things that you've been accustomed to because of their own personal fucking interest. So at this point, if you are somebody who's blue or who's a moderate or independent, and you start to feel that this is a coup, who are you going to vote for? Who do you trust? If you've been blue your whole life and you voted Democrat, okay, how can you feel comfortable about this party today? I said 2 weeks ago that they're fucking cowards, and it hasn't stopped. It's gotten worse. Because the problem with the Democrats is, and what people won't tell you, and I'm giving y'all some political education here, it's really good. They always feel like they have to be the saviors. What are you saving now? Mm-hmm. Trump ran in 2016 and had 4 years of people on MSNBC and CNN making record number ratings and money hand over fist. We have to stop Trump, right? They ran on being the heroes. What are you running on now? They don't know how to run an election when they're up. See what I'm saying? So they're literally tanking their own chances. So when Trump wins again, MSNBC can make a ton of money covering Trump. And they're going to tell you, you guys need to vote in 2028 because we need to take the country back. You just saw them 4 years ago destroy their own chances before the election even started. So why should you ever put your vote into them? It feels like, to me, Project 2025 doesn't sound like a right-wing problem. It sounds like there's an agenda that maybe both parties look like they're carrying. That if you're a leftist, you're okay with destroying the country just to be able to protect your seat. Just because you're getting reelected and you need to make sure that you're okay. And you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars in that seat while somebody else is struggling to buy food. They're struggling to get their kids to this country because they were born in another place. And certain rules have been changed now. Gay marriage is thrown out the window so people can't have those particular benefits to them. That's what you're risking because you want to remove the incumbent president because you think he can't win in fucking July. Let's think about this. This is not September or October. We're in July. And you would think that he is 30 points down. Nobody's coming to his rallies. Nobody's listening to his speeches. They just are tuning Joe Biden out. It's not the case. What they're doing is putting pressure on everybody else to say, hey, you guys with us, right? We got to get him out. No. Because the people on the ground, the 14 million people that voted to have him reelected, what are you telling them? You're telling them that your vote doesn't fucking matter. And who always tells us that our votes don't matter? The other side, right? Votes don't matter. We're going to win anyway. We're going to go ahead and gerrymander these districts, these votes. We're going to restrict things. Your vote doesn't matter. Don't come out to vote. They don't care about you. What does it matter? Don't come. They don't want you to vote. Because when we vote, change happens. When the black vote comes out to vote, change happens. Obama doesn't get elected without the black vote. Bill Clinton doesn't get elected without the black vote. Joe Biden doesn't get elected without the black vote. Look at history. If you go ahead and tell the people that you're going to ignore what they want, why should they come back? You may have another 20-year run of all red and no blue. So go ahead, continue to play this game. If you want to replace him, go ahead. But if it's not Kamala, make sure you know that everybody will not be voting. So if you're willing to sacrifice the election, go right ahead. But you will make sure that people will not be coming back in 2028 or 2032. They won't. Because you've lost that particular trust. Moving on to, we're still talking about politics here. Let's just talk about it. The attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump, right? Now, for me, political violence there's no room for it, right? We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. And he's okay. He's still a dick. We thought, or they thought, and this is the funny thing, and of course, left and right-wing media says, oh, this is his chance to unify the country. No, he didn't. Heard his speech last night. He rambled on for 90 minutes about the same shit that he rambled on about 8 years ago. He's not changed. He won't change. But let's go back to the assassination attempt. There's conspiracies out there, people saying it's fake, it's rigged, it doesn't make sense. You know, the math ain't mathing certain things, or they're on the other side saying that he's a hero. They tried to turn him into a martyr. We are galvanizing around our president. Okay. I see it differently. That we've heard about this guy, the terrorist. I like to say that because they don't like to use this word in this country when they have school shooters. He's a terrorist, right? Say that he's a Democrat. He voted, he gave Democrats $15. No, he didn't. His father did. He was 17 when that happened. Can't do that at 17. Person with the same name didn't live in that same place. So it was his father that gave money to the Dems. What I heard was this guy was a staunch conservative. He was a Trump supporter. So what does that tell me? How can that be possible? A Trump supporter trying to kill Donald J. Trump. You want me to tell you my theory? As I haven't heard this. And you know how my brain works. I read things. I watch the tea leaves. I see things and I say, oh, see that butt. You ever heard of obsession syndrome? People are so obsessed with somebody that they feel like they're a part of their lives.
If they can't have them, no one else can.
Ah, right. Great. Silent Assassin's perfect. Who's to say that this young man didn't grow an affinity for Donald Trump, obsessed with Donald Trump, thinks that he's the best thing ever, and gets to this point where he's so obsessed with Donald Trump that the only way to make him satisfied in his own life, that's probably wrapped up in his love affair for Donald Trump, is to make himself infamous, right? A lot of times when people get to that level of obsession and manic behavior, they are saying, okay, well, if I can't have you, nobody will. We will always be together. We are always going to be linked together. This young man is dead. But what will he always be linked to? Donald J. Trump. No matter how old Donald Trump gets, no matter when he passes, he will always be linked to this 20-year-old boy. So there is no coup here, I don't believe. There's no plant, I don't believe. I don't believe that's true. I believe that this is a guy that was just super obsessed with Donald Trump and wanted to be a part of his life forever. You know, have you heard anybody talking about that? Jimmy? What do you think?
It's definitely interesting, but like stuff like that does happen.
Yeah.
Like even like in just like generic relationships, it's like if you're not gonna be with me, then we're going out together.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely because like you said, at first I did see like the Democratic ties, and then I didn't see, like it was Republican. So that was very like, what's the story here? Like, what is he? And then finally that kind of came to terms with what happened there. But it's definitely a very interesting take on it. But it does, like, I'm not like pushing it down. Like it does make sense in a way.
Oh, it doesn't.
So, yeah.
You can't rule out what I said, but you also can't rule out the conspiracy. Can't. Listen, I got nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. A high-powered rifle blows by your ear, nicks it. Oh, I know when people use high-powered rifles and aim at a target, there's no target left. That's all I'm saying.
Explodes.
Yeah. We see what the hell happened to JFK. So what happened? So I don't know. I'm just saying that people might be, you got to be open to certain different aspects or scenarios. And I just think that this probably was a kid that was just super obsessed with Donald Trump and wanted to be linked to him forever. It just makes sense. Sometimes there's no rationale about why things happen. They just happen.
And also, too, like, whatever did happen, like, that way, whatever conspiracy, someone, like, also did pass away.
Yeah, right.
Which is, like, horrible, like, to make that quote-unquote, like, sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
To let the leader be in that position.
Right.
It's just, like, very sad. And even, like, I saw, he was, like, a firefighter, a volunteer firefighter, and then this whole Trump thing, like, kissing the helmet and stuff, it's just all, like, dramatic.
Very performative.
Yeah. It's just hard to see.
Yeah. Listen, I can't get over the fact that the man said, "Yeah, let me put my shoes on." What? Kick them fucking loafers out of here. We gotta get you out of here. Told him I put your shoes on. No. Just. Oh, by the way, last thing before we move on to some sports. I don't care about sports today. Going back to the debate, the speech, the 90-minute speech, the longest speech in RNC history. If you think that Joe Biden is old and stuttery and doesn't really complete it or finish his sentences, what do you think Donald Trump did last night? It's the amazing thing when you look at the dynamics between both parties. They roll out a dead body for Republicans and say, we are going to vote for this dead body. We're going to support it. We're going to have a ventriloquist behind them. We don't care what you want. This is what we want. Democrats, we don't know what the voters want. We got to speak to the donors. We don't know if they're going to like this dead body. Maybe we should get another dead body. Maybe we should try to get a defibrillator to try to get the body alive. Maybe we should turn it into a zombie. But we need to make sure that the voters and the donors, they're okay with this zombie. Pussies. Make a choice. Do it fast. And let's fucking go. But the longer you let this play out, is the more people are going to hold their money and say, look at these fucking idiots. I'm not giving them a dime until you make a decision. It's not fucking hard. It really isn't that hard. Money dries up. People are they don't know where to go because you've told them that.
Yeah, it's like, even like, you're not going to buy a product if like the creators of a product aren't even confident.
Right. Hey, listen. This fridge, old as shit. Doesn't really work that bad. But listen, we still want you to buy it. Retail price, $400. We understand. 15 years old, but it's still $400. But just know, it's old. A lot of parts need to be changed, but we don't know what parts need to be changed yet. We don't know the parts that need to be changed. We just know that they need to be changed. Still want to buy it? $400? Who's going to buy that? Yeah, this car we got on the lot got about 500,000 miles on it. We know it needs to be fixed. We have no idea what we need to fix on it. Mm-hmm. But you can still put your $30,000 into it. How about that? Make it make sense. Any smart person would say, no, you can call me when you figure it out. Then we can talk about negotiating a price. I'm just going to give you my $30,000 willy-nilly when I have no idea who the fuck is running. Who am I giving the money to? Okay, so I'm going to give it to Biden. No, this is not for Biden. This is for the DNC fund because we're going to choose. Then give me my fucking dollar back. I didn't vote for no Gretchen Whitmer. I didn't vote for none of these people. I voted for Kamala and Biden. That's it. Simple. I'm done. Belichick's returning to coaching. 2025, he wants to make sure that he puts his name back into the hat, back into the ring. And yeah, listen, shouts to him. Kudos to him. I think he's not old enough to still be a head coach in the NFL. I think he needs to bring his young girlfriend with him as well, so she can be in the press conferences and answer questions. He's lit right now. I don't care. He's what's my man name? Al Pacino. He's that guy. Get you a young one. That's all. If you're 70, she gotta be 30. That's the rule. That's like Joe Biden. Can you imagine if Joe Biden gets divorced right now, right? He just tells Jill, I don't want to deal with you anymore. Go get you a 30-year-old Joe, right? Listen, I'm gonna ask Silent Assassin right here. If Joe Biden was available, would you give Joe Biden some play?
There's no way in hell.
Why? The man is the most powerful man in the country.
I don't care. Like, I don't care if he's got $1 billion. Like, that's okay. That sounds intriguing, but still, like, I don't want to see him shirtless.
Listen. You can fly on Air Force One.
I can't fake it like that.
You're paid to.
I can't. I don't want to see him with his clothes because I know there's something that comes with it, right? Who
knows? It might not. He might just want to watch.
I don't know.
He might just want to watch, right?
Too much.
You get whoever you want, girl. I just want to sit here in the corner, right? That could be the thing. You don't know. Listen, if Joe Biden was president and she was 98 years old, I was thinking, I'm like, yeah. If she needs a sugar daddy or baby or whatever, I'm here. You get to fly on Air Force One, answer questions, dress up like Melania, look stupid. Why not? I'll just been in suits all day and just... Who's that guy? That's my husband. Don't say nothing. Just stand there. Hey, it's a great job, right? Go to the schools, tell them to stop eating all this fucking sugar and shit. You know what I mean? I'm the first husband, the first man, right? That's what it is. Yeah, listen. All of these snacks that y'all got in these schools and these machines, these vending machines, you need to take all of them out. You're fat, you're lazy, and you need to put the video games down. That would be my sentence. That'd be my whole campaign right there. Get the fat out of the schools, right? Ozempic the schools. That's what I would do. Give Ozempic to the 13-year-olds. Give them all of them. Give it to them. You're too fat. Ozempic for you. That's it. I'd be the best first man? Yeah. First man ever. Tell you. Gotta think about these things, man. Progressive, forward thinking, okay? Don't think about yourself, Silent Assassin. You think about the United States of America and what you're gonna do for this country, all right? Pushing the agenda forward. Joe wants you go do America's duty, okay? That's all I'm saying. After the break, we'll talk some more sports, I guess. Is that what we do on the show? Sports? Whatever. After the break.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Whoa, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast?
Yeah, my nigga the joint. What's up?
All Even?
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this go something. All Even. Yo, oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump
All
on
Even podcast, right?
Yeah, All
Shout out
Even.
to All Even podcast, right?
Yeah.
All Even? That's your man?
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast.
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
G. What is it, G?
Oh.
I shout him out, G.
He cool, man.
Welcome back, y'all. We'll talk a little football. Brandon Aiyuk requested trade out of the San Francisco 49ers. Contract negotiations have broken down between the wide receiver and management, and he's not too happy. But the rumor is that the 49ers don't want to trade him. And I understand why. He's one of the best young receivers in football. Why would you want to trade him? But if they were to cave and say, okay, we'll go ahead and get the best potential package for you, pause. What's his ideal fit, in my opinion? I think ideally Pittsburgh is a really, really good place for him. I think they have the space. The culture is there. He can be able to be the number one guy. and they're starting to build something special over there as well. So I think Pittsburgh would be the tops of my list. The second team that I think would have a really, really good chance of landing him is the New York Jets. I think the Jets have the draft capital. I think they have the space. Might not have the money to give him what he wants, so that might be the holdup. But in regards to a fit, and a need, I think the New York Jets are a fit and a need for a guy like a Brandon Aiyuk. The New York Giants. I think if the Giants were to make a move like that, obviously, they're in transition. Saquon Barkley is no longer there. Daniel Jones is still the quarterback. If you go get yourself a young receiver that you can be able to rely on for the next 5 to 6 years, drafting a quarterback or giving Daniel Jones that chance to see how he can produce with a number one guy, that might be a way to go as well. So I think both New York teams, like I said, Pittsburgh, I think the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots need to find a number one guy. They've been really, really poor at the wide receiver position for the last 5 years or so. So they need to find somebody that's really, really talented. And if they can be able to get some draft picks and put a package together for the 49ers to say, okay, cool, this is good. This is something we can accept and move on. I think the Patriots are a great fit as well. And last but not least, I think I would say I'd say the Cowboys. Cowboys are a good fit. They are. I don't care. We're too cheap to do it. We ain't gonna do it, but it's a good fit. CD needs to get paid. This is why it's not a great situation, but we're talking about fit in regards to the offense, in regards to how he would be factored into that offense and how he'd be utilized. I think the Cowboys are good. I'll put one more. I think the Chargers would be a good fit as well. You got Justin Herbert, got a guy like Brandon Aiyuk. That would be a good fit. So we'll see what happens in regards to this whole Brandon Aiyuk situation. If the 49ers do cave and decide to trade him and move on from him, curious to see. But, negotiations are going to get ugly. Negotiations normally are ugly. A lot of feelings are hurt. Sometimes people stop talking and then they get back into the table and try to renegotiate. So we'll see what happens. This is the story in the NFL where guys want to get paid and they have their certain avenues to be able to try to get paid in regards to holding out, sitting out, whatever it is. So we'll see how that goes. But I would love for Aiyuk to leave the 49ers because I hate them. It's just the way it goes. I hate them. But going back to politics, I don't give we're going to sprinkle some sports in there, but damn that. What the hell was Amber Rose doing there? Listen, I ain't gonna hate on nobody, right? Not gonna hate on nobody. You wanna go up there, you wanna go spew your story, just talk about whatever you want to talk about, but let's keep it 100. You up there and you look like Charles Manson with the tattoo on your head, right? Like, what are we doing? And then we all know you. Is she still got OnlyFans?
Probably. I don't know what else she does now.
Hey,
Yeah.
what are you telling the young girls to do? Nobody care about no Amber Rose. They never. When was the last time Amber Rose was cool?
I don't think the only thing I know about her is with the whole Kanye situation
Right.
and stuff, and just her being that type of woman.
And she always tell people she ain't black. Of course, now you at the RNC. Makes sense. Makes sense. So that was one thing that kind of bugged me out, right? The other one that bugged me out was, I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember the congressman or whatever the guy, the black guy. He was like, if you black and don't vote Republican, you ain't black. What? Says the guy that's the only black guy in the room. He's the only black guy in the room when he said it. Get the hell out of here, right? But the one that really got me, I lost it. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I seen this shit, I lost it. I was like, okay, this is a complete fucking circus. When fucking Hulk Hogan showed up, I was out. Because nobody wants to see Hulk Hogan anymore. And he's still doing the same shtick. I'm going to rip the shirt off. Let me tell you something, brother. Like, nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. What was interesting about Hulk Hogan, and we can kind of divvy off into a different conversation. It's so funny that he has this new beer that he's advertising, American beer or something like that. And I don't know if you guys heard the story, but he put out an ad for a brand ambassador on social media. Got a hit, and this girl accepted. She became the brand ambassador for American beer. And when she met Hulk Hogan and the team at American beer, they were shocked to know and see that she was a black girl. So guess what ended up happening after that? They ended up emailing this girl and said, "Hey, they are moving, off of this particular campaign, so she's no longer needed." So she asks, "Well, is the campaign canceled?" "Yeah, we're not, something happened in regards to, so we're gonna pull out of this." "Oh, no. 2 days later, they have a brand new brand ambassador." Now, who do you think it is, Jimmy?
A white lady.
Oh, you got it. So, for me, who's growing up a big wrestling fan, and Hulk Hogan has had some things that he said in the past about his daughter when she was dating some black men, about he hopes these N-words, or you stick around these N-words or something. He went pretty crazy and he got excommunicated from wrestling for quite some time. And now you're back doing the same shit and the same shtick. So that was funny to me. It's just amazing to see the different dynamics between both parties. That one party is completely out of their fucking minds, and they're very comfortable in being so. They don't care if you judge them. Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, they don't care. You gotta respect that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, I'll never vote them, right? But I gotta respect the blind loyalty that some of these people have. Some of these people can't stand Donald Trump, but you'll never know that in public. They'll go home and they'll say what they gotta say. They probably have his face on a dartboard, right? Probably doing some voodoo, seance, whatever it is to try to get him to die naturally, right? They probably doing all of that stuff. But in the public, Donald Trump's our guy. Nikki Haley all he did was talk shit about Nikki Haley. Talk bad about her husband, and then what ended up happening? She comes to the RNC and bends the knee. Not the Democrats. Well, we don't know. Jimmy, if Jimmy runs, we have to find out if Jimmy is going to connect with the people. Because if he doesn't connect with the people, although 14 million people said that they want Jimmy, we don't know if we're going to go ahead and name Jimmy the nominee. Because according to these fucking polls that are a virtual tie, we don't know. I can't stand them. Pussies. Had to throw that in there, right? Moving on. Not much basketball, but we can talk about Bronny. We can talk about it. Not shocking to me. I like to know where all of those people were or are that were like, yo, 55th pick. The other guys need a chance. He's taking up a roster spot from somebody else who's dying to be in the league. His first 2 games in Summer League, first 3 games. Oh, he can't play. Look, can't make a shot. Oh, it's terrible. You got people like Jaylen Brown whispering to his girlfriend. He's a thing that Bronny's a pro. Oh, everybody's coming to watch Bronny, but yet you don't think that he's a pro. I've never heard one person even put into context or understanding that this is a kid that had a heart attack, stepped away from sports for 5 months, then pick up a basketball for a great period of that time, right? Went back and had to get back into the rhythm of playing basketball again. So you go from almost dying to going back on the court. Isn't there an adjustment period in regards to maybe your game is not going to be sharp anymore? You got to work yourself back to what you were pre-heart attack. That takes a while. Your body takes a while to bounce back and adjust. You don't hear anybody talking about that, though. They just talk about how bad he is. This kid works hard. He doesn't care about the critics. He doesn't care about what legacy his father... I'm not saying he doesn't care, but he's trying to carve his own path. You got to respect that because he doesn't have to play. He can sit home and wait for his father to croak at some point 30 years from now, 50, 60 years from now, right? And just claim the inheritance. What's he got to do? But he wants to go ahead and build up his own career. You got to respect that. And if you're anybody that hates on a kid like that, there's something wrong with you. Seriously.
Even I feel like LeBron is a once-in-a-lifetime player.
Yeah.
No matter how good Bronny ends up being, if he's never going to be LeBron. So people are going to say, oh, look how bad he is compared to LeBron.
Right.
So even just thinking about that and going forward with playing basketball just takes a lot.
Exactly. And also, too, his name is LeBron James Jr.
Yeah.
You understand the pressure? That's why LeBron named him Bronny, gave him that nickname because he wanted to take that pressure off of him. It's tough to live up to.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't give this kid grace and he's 20. Really?
Even I'm sure just even having a heart attack at such a young age is not obviously common. So you have to think there are medical problems. I'm sure the doctors, even, LeBron and everybody possibly be like, hey, you don't have to do this.
Right.
But he's sitting there no, this is what I want to do.
Exactly.
This is my dream. And he's going through with it. And you
Right.
just
Who are you
adults,
as his parent, even though you want to protect him? Who are you to stop him from achieving his dream?
Mm-hmm.
Once you guys have children, you're going to understand that you will do everything in your fucking power to make sure that your kids are successful. It's just the way it goes. So that was all the narrative before this kid started working. Last 2 games, man, has averaged 12.5 points. Balling. I went from getting texts from people talking about how bad he is to radio silence the last 2 games. Nobody's blowing up the phone. Don't hear nothing. It's how haters are, right? When a kid is playing bad, they're going to make sure that they push their narrative. But when that kid plays good, you know what they say? Oh, it's just Summer League. Oh, so it's just Summer League now. So the fact that he's playing well, it's just Summer League. When he was stinking up the joint, he's the worst player ever and doesn't belong in the NBA. See what I'm saying? Haters, we just can't deal with it. But yeah, keep going, Bronny. You got my support. And plus you're a Laker, so you know how that goes. Blind allegiance. Okay? MAGA Lakers here. This is what it is, all right? MAGA Lakers, we don't care. I don't care who's on it except Russell Westbrook. Russell, when he was there, I couldn't get jiggy with that. He had to go. Moving on, though, we are talking about Russell Westbrook. The fact that he got traded again. Russell Westbrook is no longer a Los Angeles Clipper. He got traded to the Utah Jazz. You know what they did? For the second time, we're going to buy you out. We don't want you. We're going to make you a free agent. So now Russell Westbrook is a Denver Nugget. This is Christmas come early for me because I hate Denver. I hate Mike Malone as a coach, not as a person. I think that team's a bunch of frauds. And they went ahead and they got the guy that's one of the most overrated players in the history of the game to me. He's not aging well, and his game doesn't translate to a supporting role, and that's the guy that you want. Yeah, I support it. Because if that can be able to sink Denver's chances any faster, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. May sound bitter, may sound like a hate. It is what it is. I don't like particular teams. You can never get me to ever root for the Clippers, right? You can never get me to root for the San Antonio Spurs. They have ugly women, and they have a terrible history, right? Boring. It's boring. Denver Nuggets are on that list as well. Well, the last few seasons, I don't like the way he treated my Lakers. I don't like it. Just because you guys beat us don't mean that you have to be like that. Be grateful that you won a championship. But it does come back around. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, you deserve Russell Westbrook. You do. I'm very happy. None here. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant's father, Joe Jellybean Bryant. Played in the NBA, played for Clippers, Rockets, played for a couple teams. And, it's very sad to know that prior to Kobe's death, I don't know if they really repaired their relationship the way they should have. Because there was a lot of things that happened where his parents sold some of his memorabilia and it just got ugly between them. The relationship was just not, it wasn't great. And I hope that they had gotten to a point where they were in good terms and good standings, because losing a son when he's still at the prime of his life, not his career, basketball-wise, that was over, but still had so much more to do and more people to help. And the fact that whatever relationship you did have with him, whatever squabble it was, it's all bullshit. Like, it's just things that you can be able to just kind of sweep under the rug and, find a common ground and move forward. And I hope that they got a chance to do that before Kobe passed, and now Jelly's is going too. So it's a sad story, man. Just really sad to know that Joe's gone, Kobe's gone, Gigi's gone, and they all had so much more to do. But that's just life. One day you're here and the next day you're not. So you have to make sure that you leave whatever impact you can and stop wasting time. So it's a lot of people out there that waste time, whether it's feeling sorry for themselves, whether it's just not having the motivation, whether it's just whatever it is. Some relationship broke up with me. Get over it. There's plenty of people out there, right? Maybe that ride that you were on just wasn't the one. Go wait for another one. Go get another one. That train. Okay, don't run for that train. There's another train that comes up. It's just that's the way you gotta live life. You gotta live it in the moment, seize it, do what you want to do. Don't waste time, because the next time you blink, you're 40. Next time you blink after that, you're 50. Next time you blink after that, you're on the stage looking like fucking Bernie Lomax, and you're talking about Hannibal Lecter's, and you're old as fuck, and Hulk Hogan is taking shirts off in front of you. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Time goes. Seize it. That's what I'm saying. After the break, how much time we got? I don't even know. We got a lot? Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on. We're not doing no breaks. Fuck it. Do I have any irrelevant news of the week? Possibly. We can see.
Talk about the paper towels and tampons on the white people's ears.
Right. What is that? Right. Hold on. Let me see. There's a couple of stories. Okay, we got a couple there. McDonald's employee fired for placing his mixtapes in children's Happy Meals. Yo, that's fire. I don't care what nobody want to tell me. That is somebody who's trying to make it, right? If I can't get to the adults, get to the kids, right? I'd like to know what the music was, though. You know, was it trill? Was it what do they call it? Drill music? Was it trap music? Was that type of what was it? What was it? Mommy, there's a CD in here. It's talking about banging broads. Banging broads and getting the draws. Come on, man.
What would a kid even do with a CD? Most kids probably don't even.
Yeah, they probably don't even know what a CD
they really
looks
don't
like.
know what a CD is.
Yo, that's facts. Damn, that's crazy. They don't even know what a CD looks like.
That is wild.
Hey, who uses CDs anymore? I feel like I haven't seen one in at least a decade.
Yo, I got a pack full of CDs. Like I got a drawer of them, of just like random music. Because if you listen to one of my like CDs that I've made, it is the worst thing that you will ever hear, because you'll have country music, you'll have 60s music, you'll have hip hop, current hip hop, R&B, everything just an eclectic. It's a mess, right? But that's the way my brain works. I put music on there. That's what I like, right? I can't listen to one thing. So, but yeah, they don't know what a CD is. I wonder if they'll get scared if you put it up. Right? What you want? No, what is that? It's reflecting. Hey. It's interesting.
Right, because even like an Xbox, right? Everything's just download now, right?
Yeah, you can. Well, you have this.
still
You still
disc.
have the ones that you can
Yeah.
have the disc and the
That's really
discless. Yeah. So very interesting though. Heard about this girlfriend, 22, is charged with murdering her 53-year-old sugar daddy before cutting his thumb off and using it to access his phone's banking apps. Yo, this is diabolical. This is a movie right here. This is James Bond. What? Yo, that's crazy. All right. Here's a question. If you were with a rich person and this person was really, really a piece of garbage, bad person, right? Did a whole bunch of dastardly things and you knew about it, would you turn them into the authorities, or would you have to do it yourself?
For me, like I always say, like if someone in my family did something,
Yeah.
you gotta pay for the crime.
Facts.
Yeah, like I love you, whatever. I still like you're gonna always be like in my heart, but if you did something, you gotta pay for it. So
She is a model citizen. She really is. I, on the other hand, am the opposite. If my best friend says, "Hey, accident happened, I need your help. Show me where the body is. We'll do damage. We'll get rid of this. I'm not turning any of my people in. Okay?
I can't. I don't want to know that information because then I'm living with guilt.
It's
I'm like, what about that person? They could have killed somebody, but I'm like, what if they had kids? You know what I mean?
That's true.
What if they're taking care of a parent who's dying?
But what if the person that you were with was diabolical and doing a lot of bad things? Would you?
Well, if I'm not gonna be there.
Oh, okay, so you would just leave.
Yeah.
You would just leave. What about you, Jimmy? Would you just leave, or would you take matters into your own hands?
Probably leave. I don't think I could kill somebody. Maybe if they, I don't know. Maybe if I caught them like in the act or something.
Accidental trip down the stairs.
I would. See, I would call the cops. I would call the cops and say, listen, there's something going on here that I need you guys to check out. There's a body in the basement. Go get it, because I'm killing that person, then I'm calling the cops. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna take this evil out of the world. I'm gonna be the vigilante. That's what I'm gonna do. Just being honest. There's this movie called Running Scared, right? It was with what's the guy's name? Paul Walker when he was still alive. God rest dead, right? Scene was his son had gotten kidnapped and they had to go find him. And they found him there was this couple that had like cameras all over the place. it was like designed as like a Mickey Mouse playhouse type of thing, you know. But when you look at the floor, the design of the floor was plastic. So what does that tell you?
Chopping bodies.
Yeah. So he ends up finding, I think his wife ended up finding like some tapes that they had. They had like a whole library of tapes of names. And she found the kid, and you know, she saw the couple, and she, you know, she's walking out, and she stops. So she has to make a decision here, right? So I have my son. I'm gonna leave. And also call the cops, or I could put a bullet in these two people's heads, and they'll never be able to touch another kid again. Right?
If that's the case, give me the gun.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, I didn't even hit this. Yeah, we're all over the place. There, we don't. There's no structure on the show today. Yeah. After the break, the greatest segment on our planet, W of the week.
Dummy, yeah.
That's a good one. After the break. Welcome back, y'all. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, W of the week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask who is the dummy of the week. There's no claw. Jimmy, the super intern, do you have one, sir?
I do. I not really any particular reason, but like I watched like some part of like the RNC, like 6 minutes of it, and this Kimberly Guilfoyle lady, she was talking. She just looks weird, sounds weird. I don't know.
That is the definition of the MAGA party.
I don't know. Yeah, anybody who I would have seen like speaking probably would have gotten it, but it just happened to be her. And she looks, I don't know, her lips are like, she's just fake. Her lips are like wide. It's like a very large mouth. I don't know how to explain. She looks weird. She looks. She looks weird. Look, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like
the fact that you devoted 6 minutes into watching it. Hats off to you, sir.
I don't even listen to anything she said.
Yeah, hats off to you though. That's 6 minutes, man. That's good.
And she's been engaged to Donald Trump Jr. for 4 years, which seems weird.
Oh shit, that one. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's weird too, man. He's a weird dude. Donald Trump Jr. Yeah,
she was just. Something about her look was like.
What's her name again?
Annoying. Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Yeah, she gets the
dummy. Yeah.
And anybody who watched more than 6 minutes of the RNC get the
dummy. Yeah.
Anybody who still thinks that Hulk Hogan is somebody that needs to be on TV, you are a
dummy. Yeah.
And anybody thinks that Donald Trump is not old and old as fuck, just like Joe Biden is, you are also a
dummy. Yeah.
Silence has who you got?
I'm gonna go with a sports one. I've been watching the Giants Hard Knocks, so it was already like determined they were dummies when they signed Daniel Jones, but just to see like all their thoughts about him, and it's out now saying like, oh, like we don't know if he's our guy yet, but then you spent all this money on him, and who's the owner, John or something?
Mara?
Yeah. Watching this poor guy almost have a heart attack every episode because Saquon leaving, and he's like, oh, I don't know if this is like in his like very soft voice. I don't know if we should do this. I
sound
can't
like Biden?
sleep. Yeah, exactly. Like the poor guy, and you give, you know, whatever, Saquon left, good move, bad move, whatever your thoughts are. But I don't know, just and then see Daniel Jones' weird face just gonna be here for however many years, and then they try to trade for a quarterback, don't get him, and then, you know, just
the Giants have made a series of stupid, colossal mistakes, and they are definitely
dummy. Yeah.
For revealing how stupid they look in regards to these negotiations. They call Saquon Barkley and he was like, hey, Saquon, yeah, we're gonna let you test the market and see exactly what it is, but hey, we would love for you to get back to us and let you know, because we want to make sure that you're a Giant. He was just like, okay. And then he was like, you are going to call us, right, Saquon? It's like, no, I don't have to. Like, he didn't say that, but it was just like, okay, you don't want me. I'm gonna go and get the money that I want to get. If you really want somebody, you go get them. You're not gonna let the market dictate their prices. Just like the Mets with Pete Alonso. If you want them, you go sign them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it works out, but it can also backfire in your favor because if there's bad feelings on one side or both sides, obviously Saquon had bad feelings. And the fact that they kept Daniel Jones over him,
Dummy. Yeah.
it's just stupid. But yeah, the fact that they were comfortable airing that.
Dummy. Yeah.
I think like just being any like normal person, just you're supposed to be the leader of this team, the quarterback, and you're seeing like your own people don't trust you.
Yeah.
What does that make you think? So
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I am with you. I don't know where your Giants are going. Honestly, Nicole, I don't know when they'll be good again, but it's gonna be a while.
I'm
It's
fine
gonna be a
with it.
while.
I'm fine. I would say I saw 2 Super Bowls. I'm good.
Oh, excuse
I don't need
me.
to see
Excuse
anything
me.
else.
My damn team ain't getting no damn Super Bowl in 30 years. You talking about I see 2? Get out of here, okay?
2 by like the age of what, 10?
Ah.
Something like that.
Disgusted.
So
Anyway,
I'm good.
get away. Alrighty. I have my dummy of the week, and I can't wait. Let me just cue this up, of course. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for dummy of the week, Ingrid Andress, or Andries, or whatever the hell her name is. She gets the
Dummy. Yeah.
because let's just play it.
By the Texas Department of Public Safety Honor Guard. Now to perform the national anthem. Please welcome 4-time Grammy-nominated country singer-songwriter Ingrid Andress.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yo, Fergie had the title for so many years. Fergie was going too hard. This was horrible. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. Remember how we used to talk about that girl singer, the little girl? No talent that little girl had, but at least she's a little girl. She got a chance to be able to get better. How are you 4-time Grammy nominated? For what? This reminds me of like Milli Vanilli. Like, it sounds good on wax, but then when you hear him live, if the tape ain't running, that's what it sounds like. Like, but the excuse is what made it even better. Now, I don't want to make fun of people who are struggling out there with addiction problems and stuff like that. Go seek help. Go do what you got to do. But come on now. We live in a society where people are too comfortable saying that my mental health. This is why I punched that old lady in the face. I was drunk. You gonna admit that? You were drunk? I know drunk people that can still sing.
I was gonna say, like, typically, like, drunk people do karaoke. I would say they don't do half bad. I feel
Right.
like it enhances the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've heard drunk Asians at karaoke. They sound great. Nice. There's no bad tones. It is all bad. It was out of tone. It was horrible. But this is what makes it even worse. Out of all the sports to fuck up in, it gotta be baseball. Baseball's already struggling with attendance, with people being able to like the sport, and you do this at the baseball game? It's pretty bad.
Oh, maybe it was the plan. Because it got people clicking like, oh,
I
what's
guess,
this?
right?
I don't know.
But that's cap. I'm sorry. You drunk, that's cap. You should have took your ass to rehab before you accepted the money. That's all I'm saying. This is a sham.
It's like, even like her team, like, if you know that she's struggling, right? You're like, okay, wait before you take a shot. Like, before you drink anything.
Yeah.
Just do the performance, and then afterward, if you want to go out, do whatever, then okay, whatever. But just ruin her career, essentially.
I ain't gonna lie to you, though. I might have to accept that she was drunk. You know why? Because the outfit was crazy. The big-ass clown shoe cowboy boots that she had on. You can't be in your right mind if you put on a fit like that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We've seen girls in cowboy boots before. These are just obnoxiously big and look stupid, right? But everything was just bad. I don't think she can sing, though. I don't.
No.
Grammy nominated? What?
You can be Grammy nominated as songwriter and stuff as well. So we don't know what that...
She's a singer. I don't want to hear none of that.
I don't know.
Maybe her producer is Grammy nominated. And they threw her name in there. What? You get... This is bad. I don't even have words for this. All I'm going to say is, look, if you need help, go seek it. Go get the rehab you need. Make sure that family is there and support you. And when you get out, this is the biggest thing that you need to do. I'm in villain mode today, so gotta make sure that I do this properly. When you do get out of rehab, the next thing that you need to go fix is your fucking voice. You need to go rehab that too. Because anybody told you that you could sing, lied to you, and might lied to you your whole life. Maybe that little girl is like the past you, and this is what you are. You're future her. This is what it is. She's past you, you're future her. Because same person to me. They look very similar. Sound very similar. That's like the little girl growing up and people telling her, "Oh, you're fine. You don't have to practice. You can sing if you want to sing and do what you want to do because it's America. And you can be able to achieve it." That's not true. You need to achieve things that you're actually talented to achieve, right? Can't be William Hung all the time and trip your way into fame. Can't do that. This girl need to work on her voice. She need to work on her fit. She needs to go get a new management team because they just fucked this whole thing up. There's nothing salvageable about this entire situation outside of she's going to rehab. That's it. That's it. And maybe she can do what Amy Winehouse did and made a song out of it. I don't know. She made a banger, boy. I miss Amy Winehouse. She was fire. She was. But what's her name? What? Ingrid Banshee? What's the last name? Andress. Yeah. Ingrid Andress. You are the dummy because I don't believe you can sing, and I need proof. I need sing somewhere without auto tunes and something. I don't believe it. And you tricked baseball fans. You tricked poor Rob Manfred. He's an idiot anyway, and he believed you. But you're a winner for Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
That's all for the show. Like I said, there's nothing going on in sports. We can talk about anything. Quick PSA. If you're going to make your choice in November based on popularity of somebody looks cool to have a beer with, make sure that you're paying attention to what's more important in your life. I'm not saying that this election is going to be the matter of life and death. I said this already. I don't believe that's the case. But I do believe it's a very important election for your morals and what you actually want to stand up for going forward as adults and young adults. If you want, we live in a society now that you can put information into an AI program and it can generate something within 5 seconds. It can make you a movie script. It can draw a picture for you. It can straighten out your resume. It can make you, who might be a fucking idiot, sound really, really intelligent, right? It does all of these things. We have the Google machine that we've used for years, correct? We also have our phones. We have social media that we are very attached to. But none of those things are used to actually seek out the real issues of what people have, successfully achieved within their presidency and term. We always hear about, well, I didn't know that. Well, why don't you? Seek the information out. If you really want to be able to have a better understanding of where you're supposed to turn, if the information is in front of you, go find it. You can find how to make fucking Jello, but you don't know exactly what your president has done over the past 3.5 years. Whether you agree or disagree, find it. Because you might find some things that you say, oh, they did that? I had no idea. Kamala Harris did a lot for education, did a lot for, Africa in regards to building that that relationship, building the relationship with Vietnam, making sure that we have a partnership with them so we're not dependent on China for things, that they can be able to now make certain chips for us for our vehicles and our technology, so we don't have to start kowtowing to China. Those things are important to know. If you don't know, you need to find it. Anything in life, if you want to be successful, if you want to understand and seek knowledge and be more well-rounded, you have to seek it. There's not a teacher that's just gonna knock on your door and say, hey, want to learn something? You have to seek it. Most people don't get jobs because somebody knocks on their door and says, hey, car broke down and on the side of the road. Figure I'd knock on your door and say, hey, can I use your phone? And also, I do have a job waiting for you if you'd like. It's not the way it goes. You want something, you have to find it, seek it. Same thing in this election. You want the truth? Truth is out there. You want facts? Facts are out there. You want statistical data? It's out there. Find it. There's no excuse anymore. There was excuses 60 years ago when there was nothing else out there. But watching the TV and whatever lies was on there, there's more information now. Seek it. And don't let people spin you in a way that if you're an intelligent person, you should be able to make up your own mind. Whether you're a progressive, whether you're a conservative, whether you believe whatever you believe, the truth is out there. Seek it and make sure that you take your responsibility and share that with other people if they don't have the information. That's also important too. It's an election year. It's always a big year. It's always an important year. And we have to make sure that we're paying attention and listening to the dog whistles that are out there. Because sometimes we're too caught up in our own lives to understand what's really important and have a broader picture and broader understanding about what's going on in our society. That's the PSA. Maybe I'll run for office one day. I'm still young. It's possible. Would you vote for me?
Yeah.
What about you, Jimmy?
Biased, yeah.
I'd vote.
Yeah. I don't know what type of person I'd be though if I was a congressman or a senator. But I'd be pretty off the rails. I'd be one of those guys. One of those guys like you shut up. Hey, you're stupid. Okay, that policy that you're trying to push, stupid. I got my Ozempic policy right here. Okay, for the kids. If you don't want to work out, Ozempic. Okay, we've gone ahead and manufactured it from Timbuktu. We're gonna go ahead and get this in here. Half price Ozempic for the kids. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll make sure I push all the agendas that every single work environment or every single work building needs to have an Xbox or a PS5 in there. That has to be law. Okay, there needs to be a lounge. Football Sunday is a national holiday. Super Bowl will be a national holiday. I will pass that. You know, WrestleMania weekend, that has to be a national holiday. There's certain things, okay, that I would push. So that's all I'm saying. Gotta have fun with it. I've been told that I should run at some point. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I'm like 50. I'll try it. Can't hurt. Donald Trump, hey, president. Nikki Haley's out there, that idiot. There's a lot of people who've run for office. What's the other girl name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's an idiot. I fit right in. Right in. So, till next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.
My son is the champ, so get over it.